Hello everybody, this is Intrepid83 and welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy VIII. Alright, let's get to know this place, shall we? Now, obviously, we've got the directory here where we can just approach it, hit X, and use the cursor to select where we would like to go, but as I mentioned at the end of the last episode, we will be spending some time here, and we won't always have this thing to use to move from place to place, so it's a good idea to get familiar with the place, so let's go do that. There's a few things we need to do before we go meet up with with Instructor Trep, and we'll take care of them, and then we'll head up there as quickly as we are able to. So, over here is the library. You can see the sign on the pillar there in the background. And indeed, this is a library. Bunch of bookshelves. What is this? Come on. There we go. Well, it's pretty standard. I mean, I'm sure it won't be too bad. Apologies for turning my back on you when you started talking, but, you know. Alright, so, for the sake of future events, you do need to speak to her. Alright. What about this gentleman over here? Chose a bad day to skip class, I guess. Alright, what's back here? Oh, another person. Oh, so I guess the young lady we spoke to at the desk is pretty good at recommending novels. So, alright. If we ever need to rent a book, I guess we know who to talk to. Alright. And here, what is this? These pink, I guess, emanating things coming out of the floor. This is called a draw point. One of the, I guess you'd say, many ways you can accumulate magic in this game, but no one can draw it. Why not? Well, open up the menu, and if you recall, we did get a couple of guardian forces last episode. Kazuko and Shiva. I almost ruined it. Anyways, alright, so in here, in order to be able to use draw points or any commands like that on the world, you need to junction a guardian force and then have the draw command equipped. So basically we make our own, you can make your own, or you make your own command menu, so to speak. And here we found Asuna. And may as well draw it. Why not? Could be, wow, 13 of them. That's a lot. The amount of Asunas you get is based on the random number generator combined with, I guess, like there's a step counter in this game as well. So it's like every step you take kind of thing or something like that can change it kind of thing. So that's kind of how it works there, I guess. Alright, let's go back here and see if there's anybody else in here. Oh, there's a couple of people right here. I hope she's okay. Okay. What about you, sir? Anything else? Oh, okay. Oh, man. Yeah, studying can definitely put you to sleep. Alright. I wonder if his test has anything to do with, possibly, I think they mentioned there's a written test that we had to pass before we could take the field exam. Oops, didn't want to go back here again, but oh well. Alright, so there is actually a specific book, or rather magazine, that you can pick up here. However, the game actually tells you about it. before, you know, we need to use it kind of thing. So I think I'll just wait for the game to tell us to pick it up. Oh. Okay. Anything else? Okay. Well, I saw lots of seats there, so I think you should be alright. Alright. Let's get out of here. Getting to that door can be a little tricky. If you go too far back into the distance, you can actually end up missing the door. So yeah, just I guess probably the best way to go about it is just come up towards the desk and you know, try going out that way. So it's not very obvious. That's all. All right, who's this? So number 41269. Well, good for you. Oh, there you go. Alright, I guess that's it. Alright. And in here, the green one. Whoa, where are they running? What's up, guys? Okay. The infamous monster. I wonder what monster they must be talking about. Or they could be talking about. Anything else? Oh, yeah. Well, this is... You can probably barely see it on the sign there on the wall. It's the training center. Now, as was mentioned at least once, you can fight enemies in here. There are normally only 2 different enemies you could run into in here. And I would like to run into one of them because I would like to start accumulating some magic. Alright, so in that case, I definitely want to... Well, I might as well... Squall's the only one in our party, so I might as well junction Shiva as well. And we don't have any magic, let's do draw. So yeah, draw, use that in battle. It allows you to draw magic, simple as that. Item allows you to use an item. Guardian Force allows you to summon any guardian forces that you have junctioned, or I guess you could equipped on that person. And magic allows you to use magic from a stocked amount of it. There is magic in this game is basically they're consumables. I'll put it that way. So usually for this part of the game, I usually just have draw item and magic. And abilities, we'll get into those when it becomes more important. Alright, so now that we've got this, we can actually junction some magic to our stats. General rule of thumb, white magic is good for defensive junctioning, and attack magic is good for, strength and magic and that kind of stuff. So, yeah. In this case, usually, oh yeah, see, you got 13 to unit here, and if you junction to magic, it goes up to 7 instead of 6. If you jump to a spirit, though, it jumps up 4. So yeah, there's the telltale signs there of white magic doing better on other stats. So in this case, it probably, yeah, let's put it on magic for now. I'll definitely be changing it as we go. And I actually want to do one thing. I'm glad I remembered, is to first set cursor to memory. Very important. I can't remember. Yeah, let's just increase the battle speed. Definitely, that is definitely like setting your cursor to memory. Battle speed at fast is a very useful option to have. So I'll just speed everything up here. Analog input. It says analog stick response. Honestly, I have never really noticed any difference between a slow or a fast. So, if you know anything specifically, what this does in game, let me know. So yeah, vibration function, I'll keep it off. All right, so there we go. I believe we're all set and ready to go. Now we're going to be getting into a battle, but I will not be defeating the enemies. So we don't need to worry about abilities yet. Abilities you gain by teaching them through your guardian forces. So yeah, actually, let's head up here. As it says, there are generally two types of enemies in here. One that we do not want to run into, and one that we do. But in any case, over here we got a blizzard drop point. Let's pick up some of that. How much did we get? 8. Yeah, you know what? That might actually be better on the magic stat. If not, then yeah, it's still not as good. Alright. Let's leave it as is for now, so. Yeesh, where is everything? Well, there's the first one. Alright, these are the enemies that I do want to run into. However, I do not want to run into more than one of them, simply because, well, Squall's on his own, you know, and what I intend to do is actually draw and stock 100 of each spell that these creatures have, which is Sleep and Silence. So basically, since I ran into 2 of them, that can actually work in our benefit to demonstrate another aspect of this game. So yeah, I'm just going to stock 1. So yeah, both of those spells are Sleep and then Silence. So there we go, got 3. Hold L2 and R2 to run away, hopefully, if they'll let you. Wow, they're going quick. There you go, Squall. Alright. Oh yeah, I did turn up the battle speed, but anyways, there we go. So now, I've got the 3 sleep. Now the beauty about this, junctioning stuff to your stats, I'm going to junction sleep to your magic, because I believe Sleep and Silence right now are the best spells that we have that can junction to the magic stat, and the higher your magic is, the easier it is for you to draw other spells, so you can draw more of them in battles. I think the maximum you can draw per round is 9, but each spell has its own, I guess you could say, resistance to drawing, and the higher the resistance, the higher your magic needs to be in order to draw the same amount, kind of thing. So yeah, you definitely need to keep this maxed out as much as possible. I've tried to, I guess you could say, optimize the spells I intend to get, so that we have very little, if any, trouble getting magic from here on out. This will probably be, for as long as we've got Sleep and Silence as our primary magic junction, that'll be the most difficult time we have of drawing magic. So yeah, and so that taken care of. Let's put Asina on Spirit there. So yeah, the different stats here, this is HP, obviously. Strength, Vitality, that's your, well, strength is, well, obvious, it's your physical strength. Vitality is your physical defense. Magic is the strength of your magic. The spells that you cast, how much damage they do, kind of thing. And their effectiveness. And Spirit is basically your magic defense. So, yeah. Then there's Speed, Evasion, Hit Percentage, as you can see. Squall's hit percent is maxed out. One of the very few characters in this game that actually has that, and luck as well. His luck, because of the way his weapon functions, it won't come it won't have too big of a role, but it does still play somewhat of a role. But we'll get into that, I guess, a little later. Hey, there's a save point back here. There. Should I save it? You know what, just in case I screw up? Yeah, I will. Alright, just did that quickly off screen. Now, when you go over here, on the right side of the training center where we just came from, you can run into the Grats, and there's another enemy, a much larger enemy you can run to as well. However, on this side of the training center, you only run into Grats. So basically, I just want to run around here, and I want to run into one Grat. Hopefully this will be it. No, that's the opposite direction that I wanted it to go. Alright, so let's get out of here. There we go. Alright, I'm just going to run around here until I run into that one Grat, and I'll be back, well, when I finally run into it. Well, that didn't take take long. Alright, so basically, how I intend to do this is, well, the one beauty about that I forgot to mention when I went into the menu to when I junctioned sleep to my magic is that even though I've only got 3 sleep, the more sleep I draw and stock into my inventory, the higher it'll boost my stat. So basically, it automatically modifies it as I gain more spells in battle. So yeah, just basically my magic stat as I keep drawing it will keep going up and up until it's finally maxed out when I've got 100 sleep. 100 is the maximum number of any spell that you can have in your inventory there. So in this case, I want to actually cast sleep on the Grat. It's probably the easiest way to make this go as quickly as possible. It's only 70% susceptible, so don't expect it to work every time, but if it does, you're good to go. And as you see there, it worked for me. It usually lasts about 3 or 4 rounds, so keep an eye on it. So basically, if it wears off, just draw and cast it on him again. So in any case, with that, I just want to stock some sleeps. And just for the sake of showing you that the other spell is indeed silence, I'll stock one of those, some of those as well. So yeah, I just want to go through here and start stocking 100 sleep. You'll know you reach 100 when the spell here becomes grayed out. I mean, you'll be able to draw it, but no, you won't be able to stock anymore. The stock will become grayed out, and you won't be able to stock anymore. That's how you know that you've got 100. And if you're wondering how many you have or how much longer you have to go, you can always check your magic inventory here, and you can see how many you have there. So anyways, you can cast sleep on him again. Some more off. There we go. And sometimes it can be a little finicky about getting the sleep to actually hit him, but yeah. As far as that goes, we don't have any way of healing yourselves other than potions, so if you drop down below 200 hit points below your maximum, then just use a potion if you need to. And yeah, so I'll stock 100 sleeps and 100 silences, and I'll be back when I'm done. Alright, as you can see, I've finished stocking up on silences and sleeps, so let's get out of here. Alright, so another thing about the Grat I forgot to mention before going into that is that it does have 2 status-inflicting attacks. One is called Sleeping Gas, puts you to sleep, as you might be able to guess, and the other is called Gastric Juice. That one can poison you. And unfortunately, I did get hit with it shortly after I left off with you guys and gals, so I did use a remedy to fix that up, and I did use a potion because my HP did get low at some point as a result of that. So yeah, we do start out with some, I guess, what's the word I'm looking for? Necessities, I guess you'd say. So there we go. Alright, so now we've got the 100 sleep, 100 silence. Let's take a look at our magic now. It was at 6 when we started, now it's up to 18. What does silence do? It's better than Asuna right now anyway, so let's just equip it on there. Don't really need to, but if we might as well just do it anyway, just to show the difference it makes. So, that's that. That is the training center. Training room. For some reason that strikes me as something that I picked up from Suikoden 5, but anyways. Yeah, I guess so. I guess they're adrenaline junkies. Anyways, let's continue on. As you may be able to guess, this place is pretty large, so yeah. Up here is the parking garage. Not much is happening up here, but I figured I might as well come up here and show it to you anyway, so yeah. You do end up there a couple of times, at least, throughout the game, so. You guys talk? No? No? Okay. Alright, and up here is the dormitories. Or is it its own plural? I don't know. I've never actually slept in a dormitory. But anyways, alright, so in here, this is our room in here. The other room, I guess, is another classmates. Maybe we'll meet them later on. So in here, we can actually rest up for free. No time passes or anything like that, but it does recharge your hit points for free. So, yeah. So there's one thing I want to see. No? Okay, never mind. I was lied to, but anyways. So yeah, well, we got a save point right here, and I guess we've looked into half of Balamb Garden down here, and there's a few other things we can do before we make our way up to meet up with Instructor Trip. So I guess we'll have to take care of that next time. This is Intrepid83 signing off. Thank you for watching, and have a good one.